Hey everybody, Felix here, and don't mind the background noise, that's just my AC. Anyways, I wanted to do a video where I rate a few content packs, so here I am. I'll leave a link in the description for every content pack I cover in this video, except for one for reasons that I will explain later. So, I'll be rating all of these content packs on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 means I was not impressed whatsoever with it, and 10 means I thought it was really good at whatever the pack was trying to achieve. With that scale in mind, let's jump in. Okay, so, first of all, I'm going to start with probably the most vanilla content pack of all, the HD content pack. There isn't much to say here because it just makes Toontown look nice, so I didn't get much footage of it either. Honestly, solid 10 out of 10 from me. I have no other comments. The next content pack is called Mist. I actually really like this one, and I've used it in some of my previous videos. The only issue I have is for bigger YouTubers or streamers, the copyright music means they'd have to play without any music or risk not earning any money off of their content. I also don't really like Donald's Dock, Daisy Garden Streets, Minnie's Melodyland Streets, and especially all of Donald's Dreamland. I either didn't like the aesthetic or I didn't feel that there was a strong enough aesthetic to rate. However, I really like basically everything they did with Lawbots, especially their HQ. And I also really like the music for buildings in Minnie's Melodyland. I also love Chippendales. And I also loved most things that involve Cashbots, especially the music in the mints. And finally, the VP. I don't like how some things are too dark to see properly, namely DA offices and CUG golf courses. And I also don't really like how chat messages are hard to read because of the font and some textures just look out of place for various reasons. But overall, I'd have to give this one an 8 out of 10. And next up, another content pack made by the same creator is the Spectrum content pack. I don't really like how the README files during installation were exactly the same, but I also get why it was done. It's been months since I installed both packs and it still bothers me though, so it's probably just a me thing. I loved Donald's Dock getting turned into a beach, but I was not impressed with Chippendale basically being a slight variation of what I saw in the Mist pack. I mostly love Chippendales in the Mist pack for its music and water textures, and those things were what was taken away! But the pack did heavily make up for it with Donald's Dreamland, because it made it feel like I was in a magical wonderland, but I'm also just really attracted to anything with a blue and pink color scheme. Minnie's Melodyland, on the other hand, was kind of a disaster to me. The aesthetic was executed beautifully, but I just couldn't stand to look at it. It's another man's treasure. I'm gonna have to give this one a 5 out of 10. The next content pack is called Toontown After Dark. The general edgy aesthetic combined with the Persona music made me a pretty big fan right off the bat, but I definitely have some complaints. First, the giant wall in Minnie's Melodyland was incredibly boring to look at, and almost an eyesore actually. Second, some textures just felt out of place. Third of all, I didn't really like that all textures were not really the same quality, some of them were a little bit blurry or grainy looking. But despite those complaints, I also have some praise. I love the presentation of Cellbot HQ, and then Donald's Dreamland once again hit at my weakness of pinks and blues together, and plus the street music gave me some Nautica vibes, so I had to really enjoy it. And the cog suits look amazing. Honestly, I'll have to give this one a solid 7 out of 10. The next pack is a meme pack called 7 Grand Mood, and it's just memes on top of memes. I could not stop laughing at how ridiculous everything was, and I was extremely impressed with just how much detail the content pack went into. From pages in the sticker book to sound effects to textures, everything was changed. It was such a thorough, immersive meme experience. 10 out of 10, no questions asked. It's just beautiful and a true work of art. And finally, the last content pack. This one I can't leave a download link for because, well, it doesn't really exist. This is a content pack my friend made and just kinda sent it to me over Discord, so yeah. I installed it, and laughter was not that far away. Most of what this pack does is change sound effects, so it's pretty subtle. There's still a few textures that were changed though. The most notable is probably that my friend changed all but one of his clothing items, so he has the Twitch logo pasted all over him. You can actually see it on my shoes because those are the same shoes he wears. Oh, also, he put up a bunch of my artwork in the Toon HQs. The Shuichi one is incredibly embarrassing to me because it's old, but I'll ignore that part. I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 because while I love it, it definitely needs more memes. Also, the embarrassing artwork is worth at least half a point less. Anyways, that's all the content packs I'm gonna be rating in this video. If you think I should do this again with more content packs, then let me know, I guess. But that's all for this one, so bye!